Go live. And we're live.
Happy New Year, Sonny.
Happy New Year, guys. I feel like
Happy
I've been
New Year,
away
Fred.
for ages.
Blessings. We're back, boys.
You have been. You have been. You've been all over the world in multiple time zones.
Yeah. No, it was Dubai and or the UAE and America time zone difference is just too much.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that we're wearing our own shirts today, Sonny.
Yeah, Dad got this to me for Christmas. It's pretty cool, right?
Oh, yeah? Legendary.
Nice
Yeah,
job, Dad.
Got it from Mexico, from a market. The guy found my logo online and put it on some T-shirts.
That's pretty funny.
That's
All
awesome,
right.
man.
Well, we're back live show today. I don't know what we're going to talk about. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Nate, we got a new sponsor.
We do have a new sponsor.
Congrats.
Well, I call them partners. We got a new partner, Bradder Law Firm down in Miami. You are an international athlete. You want to come to America, you want a green card, you want citizenship. I'm telling you, Bradder is the man. This guy has got so many people through the door, including Nick Santos, who we just had on the show.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, he's our man. So pretty cool. Happy about that.
Yeah, bradderpa.com.
Do it.
All right. The 50 kick challenge to kick things off. It's over.
Yeah.
It's
That
over.
was cool. That was fun, man. That was
The
fun.
champions have been awarded their $250.
Have you sent Lucy hers yet?
No, actually, because it's so hard to. I have to set up a bank meeting and do a wire transfer. It's so annoying.
Lucy, it's coming. I'm telling
It's
you,
coming, I
we
swear,
are
I
paying.
promise.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're paying.
Yep. And then the other $250 was won by Luke Miller, but he's in college, so he asked that we donate it to the Colorado Wildfire Fund. So that's what we did. So Luke Miller's from Colorado, and actually Luke Miller's here today with us. Unbelievable!
Oh yeah,
There he is, Luke. What's going on, man? How are you?
no, not a whole lot. Just swimming.
Just
Swimming.
swimming.
Nate, he's got the kickboard in the background. Look at that. The
Uh-huh.
kickboard.
Yep.
That's the one. 50 kick
Was
champ.
that the kickboard used? What kickboard did you use?
It was not this kickboard. This one's purely decorational. Stays in my room. But
Listen, man, when you're the champ, you put up decorations. Look, see?
oh yeah.
Stick up some decorations. That was wicked, man. Listen, you initially submitted a time. What was your first time that you submitted?
28 low.
28
something, I'm
low.
not sure, but yeah, 28 something.
So I imagine you always knew you were pretty good at kicking with the board then, huh?
So I'm a sophomore. Back in high school, I mean, I was good. I just didn't know. I thought I was all right. I knew I was a good kicker. I didn't think I was that like great in the grand scheme of things. And then last year we started doing some kick stuff, and my coaches were like, "It's pretty fast." I was like,
Is there
sweet,
a
but-
secret to your success in terms of how you kick so fast on a board?
I don't really know. There's not like really one specific thing we do. We do a lot of sock kick. I do think that helps a lot. I do
drag
enjoy
socks.
that.
Drag
Oh.
socks.
Yeah, it's hard, but I do think it helps. It definitely helps me get like we'll go from a lot of sock kick into like a fast effort, and I think this wearing the socks and taking them off really gets my rate up. So I think that helps a lot. But I don't think
There's a couple of things I noticed that you're doing. You've got the snorkel on, so you're staying flat. You feel like flat's important. Also noticed you kind of had the hands on the side of the board. You didn't have them up front. Was that for any particular reason?
no. It's
Okay.
just how I hold it.
All right. Now, in terms of body position, are you thinking, suck in your belly button, you press your chest? It looked like you keep your feet pretty low. Your feet didn't come too high out of the water either. Like, is there technical things you're doing?
I definitely, I push my chest down a lot, kind of bury my head. And I think that's where the snorkel helps. I can really bury myself and it gets my hips up. I find when I get tired, my hips drop and I just drop like a rock. So I can't go very far. So definitely that's also where the snorkel helps, is I can push my chest down and gets my hips up. And then I do focus on not trying to kick too high out of the water. Like I just keep it in the water. I find that helps.
Sonny, was there anything you noticed in particular that Luke does real well?
I mean, it's just astonishing to see how fast. Like, I didn't see Luke's live, but I did see Zach's from the pool deck, and I mean, it's extraordinary seeing a 27.50 kicks. That's all I can say. I didn't see Luke's, but I mean, it was slightly quicker than what I did see, and that was quite insane. So, yeah, Luke, serious kicking.
I think it's I think a lot of it is like the kick rate, right? Like way fast. Like if you watch my video versus your video, or my video versus Lucy's video, I mean, it's just drastic. Like her kick rate, if we timed them all, I bet you is faster than anybody that competed. And I think it's the same thing for yours. I mean, it's just math, right?
Yeah. Right.
Luke, did you get a chance to watch Lucy?
I think I did. Yeah.
She's dirty, man. That thing,
Yeah,
man, she could kick.
It's impressive. Yeah.
Impressive. And she kind of did the same thing you did. Emma McKeon posted a time just after her and thought, I got this. Kind of like Zach in Surrey did in Australia. Zach was dirty at you, man, by the way. He was dirty. He wasn't happy he lost in the last second. He wants another crack at it, I think. A lot of respect, though. He said and he loved the fact that you donated the money to the fire fund. That was super cool on your behalf, by the way. Big props there. The reason why we put that public is because we didn't want to get you in any trouble at all. You're an NCAA athlete. We wanted people to know that that's where you wanted the money to go. That's where it went, all above board, everything cool. So no trouble on that behalf. But, mate, you just felt like you needed to post a second time, right? You wanted that win, didn't you?
I last year I think I kicked a 27 twice throughout the year, so I knew I had more in me. I just needed, we're in winter training, so I'm just pretty tired. I think I just came back from going home. Figured that was the most rested I'll be for a few weeks, so I figured I'd give it another shot.
Mate, how's the NC State looking? How's the team this year? You feeling good?
It's awesome. It's been a blast. I thought last year was a lot of fun, and then this year's just stepped it up a notch.
Are you guys thinking titles? I mean, obviously you're thinking kind of a conference title, right?
For sure. It's definitely one of our big goals to take that back. It stung a little last year.
Right.
But
you guys have heavy competition again this year? Is it going to be pretty close at the conference level?
Yeah. I'm sure it will be. I think Louisville got a lot of good transfers and newcomers, and they kept all their big guns from last year. So definitely should be a good fight. But
you guys got any second semester swimmers coming in?
Not that I know of.
Oh,
yeah.
Is there a secret? That's cool. So I don't like to tell people like when I got a secret swimmer coming in either. Last time you guys had a secret swimmer come in, it was this Greek guy. You might have heard of him.
Yeah.
He did pretty good.
Yeah, I think he had an all right career.
Yeah.
Is any chance of taking down a Texas or Cal this year? Anyone going to break that nasty team up?
I mean, that's our goal.
Yeah.
We can keep talking about it. I think we got a shot.
Right.
So we'll see how it plays out. Who knows? But
what 3 events are you focused on?
Definitely. So 2 free is my main thing.
Right.
2 free and 100 free. I found out I'm really good at the 100 fly, but due to the schedule, I just can't swim it. Two free is more important, and it's like right before the 100 fly.
Yeah.
That's just not going to work. So I think I'll swim the 2 IM at ACCs. Depending how I do there, I may or may not swim that at NCs.
What about the 2 fly?
I keep talking about it. I thought I'd be really good at it. I had a dual meet this year. I think I was 147, so it was an all right time. For a dual meet, I think it was fine. And then at our midseason, suited up, I tried it again and just ate it. It was awful. So I really thought that was gonna be my event. But
It's not too late. It might still be.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a 200 freestyler, you could swim the 200 fly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But then I just did pretty awful in that midseason. So
Man, a couple of other questions. Is the 27, does it translate into some fast swimming?
yeah, I like to think so.
Yeah.
I think it balances out because I mean, yeah, I'm pretty good at kick, but my pole's the opposite. But yeah, once you give me a pole buoy and a strap, sometimes it gets ugly. So
Okay, gotcha. So you gotta keep kicking in that 200 free, keep those legs running.
Yeah.
What about this, man? What about the Theo Von Ratkin look you got here? This yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah,
Look at that, man. I like that.
oh good. It gets mixed reviews. So
It does.
yeah, yeah.
You know who Theo Von is?
I do not.
Dude, check out Theo Von. He's the king. One of the funniest men on earth. And yeah, he's got
a haircut just like you.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Love
That's
it.
good. Hey, real quick, have we talked about Colorado? I was over here messing with my system. I got some feedback in here, but did we talk about the fires? What's even going on out there?
Yeah, it was shocking. I was just home. I was home for a few days. Then I came back and everything. Like I got back here and it was fine when I left, and everything was on fire. Colorado gets wildfires. Seems like every now and then. Usually they're not that big of a deal. They stay in the mountains, but this one came in the foothills, right where it was pretty close to where I live, and something like 1,000 homes burned down. It was unbelievable.
Dang.
It was just heartbreaking to see. Just so many places I knew where I grew up. You know, the schools neighboring me.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Devastating.
I didn't even know you guys could even have wildfires out there.
In winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It snowed. It was like a double whammy. I know some people that were even closer, and they lost power, and then it snowed the next day. So they had no heat, and it was like freezing outside. The snow put out the fire, which is good, but it was not a good time for them.
Shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for donating that money. Thanks for being here today. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming on for a chat. We'll let you go now, but good luck with the season.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, all the best, Luke.
Yep. Take
Thank
care,
you.
mate. See you later.
Bye-bye.
All right, Luke Miller, champion, 27-7, 50 flutter kick with a board.
Damn.
So fast.
So fast.
And Braden had 2 watches there, and he was 27-7-3 and 27-7-6 or something.
Yeah.
It was spot on.
Bobby, I think this pop-off time gets faster every time we talk about it. But
yeah, it's like a fishtail.
I mean, I legitimately saw him kick a 27, 25. I don't think so. But listen, man, Popov had some of the best legs I've ever seen on a human. He just, even when he stood on the deck, his legs were special. Crazy legs. But
I think Bill Pilgzik talked about his calves in his podcast.
He did.
Yeah, his calves were like him and Matt Target, the only man I've seen with legitimate calves, just like baby calves like this, just crazy. But
what about, have you seen Tom Rushton's calves?
Tom Rushton, hey, he's got some.
He's got calves like nothing else.
Really, Tommy?
So that's why he can kick.
He can't kick a 25 or a 27.
No, he can run though.
He can run. He can run.
Runs like the wind. What's next here, Nate?
COVID.
COVID. What are we talking about COVID for?
Oh, exactly. Great question.
What's happening in Great Britain with COVID, Sonny?
There was talks of a potential lockdown, and that seems to have gone out the window. Everything's pretty go ahead and get on with it sort of thing here. I think like if you look into the numbers, it's not great, but everything's good in terms of living. So
how's access to the what do they call those things?
Pools?
Vaccines.
Yeah, vaccines. What'd you call them, Sonny?
Yeah. I was taking the piss. I said pools. We can go swim. And I think we can get them vaccines readily and all that sort of stuff. So, I don't think that people are dying. I just think a lot of people are getting it because everyone's testing a million times a day, and
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Well, I'm not an epidemiologist, but what it sounds like, right, is this thing is spreading like crazy, but it's not super dangerous like the other variants were. I have a lot of friends personally that have COVID right now, and they're all completely fine, right? I mean, look at the numbers. I think America broke 1 million COVID cases over the weekend, and almost such a small percentage are actually hospitalized. The ones that are hospitalized are the ones that didn't get vaccinated. So a lot of my friends are just asymptomatic. You know, they went to events and they didn't even know they had it. The only reason they got tested is because someone else had to go get tested, and they tested positive, and they were surprised. So then they had to go tell all their friends that they had been hanging out with, and they all tested positive, but none of them actually were sick. So the Tier Pro Swim Series is canceled. USA Swimming just pulled it off.
I hadn't seen that.
Yeah.
And I think
Wow.
I was actually going to that.
Yeah.
With Bruno.
Yeah, I was headed there with Bruno. It was going to be our first competition of 2022, and that's over. It's done. So we're looking for more comps now. Probably a couple down in Florida, I think, are going to pop up in February. Might be doing those. So, but yeah, that's done and dusted. Bit of a bummer. But this COVID thing is just rampant. I put up a thing on my Instagram yesterday about the possibility you can get 2 different strains at the same time.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, what?
The super infection, I think your story said.
Yeah, super infected. Imagine the poor bastard that gets that. Actually, you know what? And then I got a text. Listen to this. Then I got a message from who said they had the flu, the two flu. Grant House. Grant House sends me a direct message and says, I got my flu test back and I tested positive for A and B at the same time over Christmas. He had influenza A and B. I asked him if he could shoot webs out of his hands now, and he said he can't do that, but they're going to study his blood.
Jeez.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
so.
hopefully, Ontario just shut down. Like I think they shut down everything.
Yeah.
Except for unless you're an Olympian or a Paralympian, then I think you can continue to train. But pretty much, right? That's like everybody.
I was going to say Canada aren't looking good in terms of being able to swim.
Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good for anybody. Like my grandma was stuck in a nursing home for basically 2 years, not seeing anybody. Guess what? She just fell and broke her hip. It's not like it's just makes you can't stop living. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm going to try and get Jordan Anderson on here. We've had Jordan in the past come and do a podcast. Dr. Jordan Anderson swam for me at Auburn back in the day, or with me, and now is now a doctor. And I had actually called him yesterday privately to talk about COVID, and we had such a great conversation. I asked him if he'd come back on and kind of just tell me the same thing live on air, because he had some really good stuff to share, and he answered a lot of my questions. I had a lot of stupid questions, but he put it all into context, and real smart guy. So I'm trying to convince him to speak publicly on it. I think it's a pretty hot topic, kind of like the one we addressed a couple of weeks ago. One of those hot topics, where people, are afraid to talk publicly a little bit because there's so much back and forward, So,
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think for college swimming, that's the biggest concern, right? They're not gonna take any chances. They're just gonna shut them all down. So I think what we'll probably see is a lot of conferences canceled again, unless the numbers start going down. Obviously, we kind of knew about, like, numbers always go up in the winter, right? So this wasn't like a total surprise. But yeah, hopefully we can still get some good swim meets in there. Speaking of swim meets, Matt Sates is going to Georgia. They are swimming Tennessee on the 12th or the 22nd. That'll be his first swim meet, because I don't think he's going to make it to the Alabama meet on the 8th, which is in 3 days. He said he's not leaving till what, the 10th?
He's not leaving till the 10th if he gets out at all. So he still has some visa issues and stuff. So who knows if they even let him in, I don't know.
Good point.
We'll let him out, I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see how that progresses. But he wants to go. He wants to race. So He
Yeah.
wants to study. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Fingers crossed that no one gets horribly sick and nothing gets canceled, but we'll see. All right, moving on. This British guy that's pretty good at breaststroke. You know about him?
Oh yeah, Project Immortal. Is that what he's calling it?
Yeah, I
Project
think
Immortal.
him and Mel are trying to become immortals.
What does that mean?
Live forever.
How do you do that? You get COVID 3 times and you're immortal?
If you
gotta cut another
if you get
immortal's head
flu and 2 different COVIDs at the same time, you're immortal.
What does he mean, Sonny? Can you tell us what he's talking about?
I think he wants to put the world record so far out of reach of anyone that it will be immortal, which I think of all strokes to do it in breaststroke is the hardest, because I think even Cameron van der Burr tweeted the other day just saying, look how far breaststrokes come when you look at his world record in 2009 of 25.25 versus Emre Sachi the other day at the Turkish Nationals, 24.9. Breaststroke is just a different entity now. The hips were very steel along the surface back in 09. Now they're undulating a lot more. There's a lot more body drive, a lot narrower kick. So, and you can see, especially this short course season, that the breaststrokers are coming up. That people are figuring it out. What maybe Adam's been the pioneer of, and Adam's not even the world record holder in any of the short course events. And I feel like he will keep winning long course, but I don't know how fast you have to go to be immortal. Maybe 55 long course, 55.5, and you can, you're looking at a lot of years. But I still feel like something like Biedermann's 142.00 is more immortal than 56.800 breaststroke.
Yeah, mate, we're immortal. We got our own T-shirts. That's immortality right there. That's immortal. Yeah,
I think if he wins, I don't even. Before I read the article, I was like, yeah, a 3-peat would be amazing, right? That would set him in stone forever. Who's the last? Is anyone even 3-peated? Phelpsy? That's it? Dude, if this guy wins the 100 breasts, I don't care what time he goes, he's immortal to me. That is freaking ridiculous. 3 times in a row, 4 years apart, to stand up on the blocks and beat the best in the world. Cool.
Well,
I just got chills.
Man, I'm not exactly sure what immortal means in this context. For me, Adam Peaty's immortal already. Adam Peaty changed the way we think about breaststroke, changed the way we do it, changed the way we even dream about it. It's just he took it to a whole nother stratosphere. This guy's immortal already. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Does he want to get the 3-peat? Great. I mean, that's nuts, but Adam Peaty is the greatest breaststroker of all time, hands down, done, signed, sealed, delivered. Goodbye.
Yeah,
for sure.
All
right, immortality. Moving on. Speaking of immortal, that's just going to be my transition every time now. What do you think? We started a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week swimming channel. Basically, what we did was we just took all the clips, not all of them yet. I'm still working on it. I took a lot of clips, and they're just back to back to back to back to back to back to back, and they're the best of the best clips from the best of the best swimmers and the best of the best coaches. And the thing that I was thinking was, I said this on Twitter yesterday, when I play golf, which is very rarely, because who the hell has 5 hours? But when I do, when I walk in anywhere, you walk into the bar, you walk into the restaurant, you walk into the pro shop, boom, there's the golf channel on every single television in every single corner. And I kind of want that too. And when I walk in my local swim shop at Aquaware, Tom Gill better be playing Inside with Brett Hawk's live streaming channel so that everyone walks in there can watch some of this unbelievable stuff. The same thing.
Talk to him yet?
Auditoriums. No, but I did tag him. Tom Gill. He's our local swim shop guy.
Tom, get it going, mate. Be the first. Come on, Tom. Set the standard for everybody around the world.
Let's do it. So, just go to YouTube. Go to, Inside with Brett Hawk's YouTube, and there'll be a live stream right there. And, just enjoy it. I think, Brett, you said you turned it on about 10 times yesterday and didn't see the same person twice. So
throughout the whole day, I literally turned it on. It's obviously on a loop. At some point it's going to,
repeat.
go again, but like you said, we're going to add more videos. We've got so much content. We could literally go for 24 hours straight. No problem. But you've chopped it up. Congrats to you. Kudos to you. First guy to think of this, first guy to do it. We want a swimsuit guy, 24-hour channel up soon. So let's get this thing popping. Okay, Sonny?
I wouldn't even know where to start putting something like that together.
I'll
have to talk to Nate behind the scenes and work out something similar. Or maybe you can just add a little bit of my clips into your one, because your one's pretty good. I just checked. I just checked, because I didn't actually know you could have two like coinciding live streams. Like, I was like, so how does this work? You're streaming live now, but there's there's two live streams on your channel, and
you can do up to 8.
Up to 8. Well, there you go.
You got up to 8. I get emails from time to time because we do run a successful, channel like you do, Sonny. Yours is very successful, more successful than ours. Actually, got more followers than us. But get emails from time to time telling us how we can do things better. And I forwarded this one on to Nate about this 24-hour channel. He just spent some time looking at it, and boom, off we go. Here we go. We got 2 live channels running at the same time right now. And I'm looking at it too. Actually, pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. I just grabbed it up on the web, and I like it.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought of the concept, and like the way Nate puts it is just spot on. Like, why would that not be a thing? Why would you not want to have it playing in like your swim store or at your swimming pool, in opposed to having another sport that's completely irrelevant?
Exactly.
Even on your college teams, all your college teams, you have TVs up. These guys sit around stretching, sit around chatting. Why don't you just play this 24-hour channel? They can just stand around the TV a little bit, whatever it is, and just pick up stuff. I mean,
maybe get a backstroke tip from Ryan Murphy, or maybe you get a swimming history story from Bill Pilgzik, who you just don't know.
Well, that's where we're going right now. We're gonna have stroke channels. We're gonna have a breaststroke channel. We're gonna have a backstroke channel. We're doing some more channels. This isn't going to be the first or the last.
Yeah, we have so much content. We don't want it just to die. Like, I feel like sometimes it's like, oh, we're on to the next podcast already, and we forgot, what happened in the previous one. And in that previous one, there's just gold. There's literally gold. People used to go to swimming conferences back in the day to listen to these people talk, and now we just talk to them every day. Right. So, speaking of which, I did load up the Nick Santos clip, and if we want to learn a little bit about 50 fly, if you got 2 minutes, we can play some secrets to how to swim the 50 fly fast.
Let's check it out.
All right, let's do it.
What are the secrets to a fast 50 butterfly? If you could kind of give away some secrets, is there anything specific that you intentionally think about that if I do this, my fly is going to click?
I think the main point for me, the fifth butterfly, is the coordination. It's about coordination, and my underwater kick is really good. For example, I just swim 50 meters underwater and then start the swimming. In short course, I just do 5 strokes and 5 strokes. All the swimmers, I check it before the final. Swim for 6 strokes and 6 strokes. So my underwater is in that time was better than the other opponents. So talk about me, I think it's the point to keep the body flat all the time, and the underwater need to be not just the underwater. The kick need to be strong, really strong, and it's like 7% and 30% comparing the kick and the strokes for me.
Right. So why do you think the opponents are taking 6 strokes and you're taking 5? Are your strokes just more powerful, or are you connecting them better?
I think it's more powerful. Yeah, I think it's more powerful, and the efficiency, the strokes is better than the others. You can put the intensity and the speed in the strokes. I can swim for 6. And when I broke the world record, I swam for 21.775. I did 6 strokes and 6 strokes, but. So as I told you, the body changes. You just need to try different things. And in this competition, in the World Championship, I wasn't feeling 100% because I travel a lot. The ISL, then going back to Brazil, 14 hours, different time zone. And so I just need to try a different thing. And I did it. I did 5 strokes in the last 25 meters. And when I did my 5 strokes, the other swimmers were doing the last stroke, so I touched first.
Sonny, what do you think about him, mate?
That was an awesome race. You know, I was sitting with a few of the other guys, and we was kind of rooting for Tom Shields and Dylan Carter because they had been in our group in Dubai leading up to the meet, and maybe he should have come along because he would have not had to do the whole travel back to Brazil. We had 3 Brazilians with us for that very reason. Like after ISL, we went straight to Dubai and just set up base there. But that was a absolutely fantastic race, and he's completely right. Obviously, he's completely right, but it looked like Dylan Carter was going to get the win, and then he was there. That 6th stroke, I'm not going to say it cost Dylan, but the timing of that 5th stroke was perfect for Nick. And me and a few of the others have a bit of a joke about how the Brazilians sort of mature in their swimming towards their late 30s and just get better and better with like the likes of Felipe and Nick, and I'm sure there's a few other Bruno. Like they just keep getting better, these guys, and just get faster and faster. It's incredible, and it doesn't take much to. Guido. They're like all of them have this sort of like Brazil old man strength where they're just like, yeah, look, he's clearly more powerful than the other guys. Like, there's no question. The guy's he's a statue, isn't he?
Oh, mate. But
what else? The other thing that's interesting is that they're all like they're not swimming the 200. You know what I'm saying? We just talked about a 50 100 backstroke or a 50 butterfly or a 50 freestyle in Bruno. Like, that's why they need to add the 50s a stroke, because we are lengthening careers just like we've seen just in Brazil. But they need to make them Olympic events to keep it going.
Nate, your microphone got that COVID, but kind of like what I had back in.
It's got that cocoa.
I couldn't figure it out.
Everything. I switched out. I just got to shut everything down.
It's not terrible, but it's horrible. A buzz there.
That's
the buzz I had for a long time, and then I got this little thing here that's called a fat head. I put this fat head in and played with the settings. Actually, there's some settings on your Rodecaster that you can go into.
I've been playing with the settings all morning.
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
That's how I figured it out.
I'll figure it out.
What's next? Upcoming meets. Well, who knows what's coming up? I mean, meets are being cancelled left and right. Is there anything in England coming up, mate?
No. Not of note. Not of note.
No.
Not of note. I think
Sonny, you got a job yet? You kind of have to.
I'm sort of just like just chilling for a bit, and then I think like the plan will be to join back up with Tom and a few of the other guys from Energy Standard, and sort of see that sort of process through. Tom's basically meeting up with Gregor, Vicky, and maybe a couple of the Canadian girls who aren't able to train in Canada, in Arizona. They're going to do a little bit of altitude, so I might try and join in for a little bit of that. Chad, hopefully get Chad involved and do a Tier Pro series beginning of March, and then. But like, yeah, we've talked about a lot of things. We would like to have a permanent base. That's what we'd like. If anyone out there's watching and wants to help out a pro team have a permanent base, then let one of us know and we can work that out, because we'd like a permanent base again. I think being on the road for so long is quite tiring, and I think some of the guys who did that last year felt the fatigue of that, especially when the ISL forces you on the road and the World Cups force you on the road. And like, I mean, upcoming meets, I know there might not be any right now, but there's going to be them coming thick and fast, because this year has everything. Like, I don't know if it has Pan Pacs, but it has Europeans, Commonwealths, World short course. I mean, it's got 2 World Championships this year, and we've just finished a World Championship. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. A lot of future meets. Hopefully that all happens.
How do you guys pick your team?
Yeah.
What, the actual ISL team?
No, for like long course World Championships, like
the UK
in April, you know.
Yeah, we'll have a trials in April. I think some people have qualified. I think all the Olympic medalists in Tokyo have qualified. So I think the relay guys and Adam and Luke Greenbank and a couple of others, I'm not forgetting, are already qualified. Everyone else has to qualify by coming top 2 at trials.
Mate, is there any word on the ISL format for next year in terms of when you guys are going to start picking teams?
Soon. And it's going to be potentially a little more ISL next year as well.
Okay.
Oh,
Or this year. I say next year. Sorry, we're in 2022 now.
Yeah, it's still
this year.
There
I
might.
understand.
So Sonny's got some insight here, little inside info. I can feel it. Maybe in the coming weeks he'll kind of let us in on some stuff. So that's good. Well, good for you, mate.
Are they doing another draft?
I mean, yeah.
It's a draft every year.
It's good. Yeah, absolutely. Like that's the plan.
It has to be, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it might change in the format, like whether it's 15 people you save or less or more or whatnot. But they're going to do a draft again, and that's kind of why it's quite interesting regarding where the teams come and where they're placed, because whoever comes 10th actually has a big priority or bonus over the team that comes 7th or 8th. So, yeah. Oh, there we go. Someone who knows more British swimming than me. They're the British swimming gurus there. Paul boy. Paul boy. Thanks. We're British. You've got to say Paul boy.
Paul boy.
We're not American.
Boy. Well, don't put the U in there then. Just put the O-Y.
But yeah, I think the draft will be fun this year. I think Tokyo, if they do it well, can get a team built around the likes of Dyer, and that actually is competitive because they bombed this year.
Yeah, let's get them back in. But
a little ugly.
All right. Nick Santos, great. That was good stuff. We learned a lot there from him. He was nervous again about his English. I thought he held up real well.
He killed it.
Picture was super clear. I love that when that super clear picture, and sound was great. Wayne Goldsmith, what do you know about him, boys? You guys?
I've seen some of the clips. I don't think I've read any of his stuff too in depth, but I've definitely seen clips of him talking. And I don't know, there's something very charismatic about Australian speakers. I'm not rubbing your ego, Brett, but I know he's very. Wayne definitely, when he speaks, he captures your attention well, and I've definitely heard him say some very, very interesting, good stuff. So looking forward to a nice chunk of time listening to you speak to him.
Yeah, Nate, what do you know about him?
Well, I listened to a little bit. He's got some good stories, and actually, I want to go back a little bit because we talked about Adam Peaty and changing breaststroke, and now all these other big guys that are even changing sprint breaststroke more so. And I thought this clip was perfect because as much as we want to be like, hey, look, you got to swim like Peaty, you got to swim like Ilya, you got to, do this new technique. This clip is like spot on. Let me play. It's less than a minute.
But there were a couple of things, Gennady. I became a convert. And I was working at the AIS one day, then I might be in Perth the next day talking to coaches saying, oh, Popov does this, Popov does that, Popov does this. And I became swept up in it because I didn't take time to understand. All I wanted to do was go, he's great, we're not, let's copy. It was dumb because Gennady then would talk and he said, isn't it interesting? Everyone around Australia is doing the lateral freestyle and the shark fin drills and all those things. We don't do the drills, he said, because he said, what I believe is we overuse drills. We don't do enough technique work with the individual swimmer. And then he drops this bomb like the David Marsh, easy way, hard way. He says, Wayne, every swimmer is different. Every technique is different.
Yeah.
You are, everyone's different. You're built different. Your bone structure is different. Your flexibility is so important, right? There's a lot of ways to skin a cat. So as much as we want to learn from like an Adam Peaty and a Shamanovich and a Saki, at the same time, you got to listen to your coach and just time out and see what's better for you, right?
There's a lot of good stuff in this Wayne Goldsmith.
You can just tell like stories. There's going to be good stories.
Yeah.
So,
a lot of good stuff. Yeah, he's good. We may even do some more stuff together in the future. Just kind of him and I, maybe answering some questions live. He's just so knowledgeable, so smart, mate. He's really good. He's really smart. He's got great stories, but he writes real well. Kind of like what Sonny said. He's prolific in his writing. He writes every day. He posts stuff all the time. But I've just known him for many years as one of the best swimming writers in the world in terms of like how to be the best coach you can be. He coaches coaches to be the best they can be, and I'm telling you, some good stuff in this one. So that'll drop tomorrow, won't it, Nate?
Yep, we'll put it out tomorrow, 12 noon, just like normal.
Perfect. Okay. Got some Aquavala. Felt wrecked. Yeah, that's normal.
Sounds about right.
That's normal, man. Those things will mess you up.
Yep. All right. Well, don't forget to check out our sponsors up top. You know, our newest one, Bradder, right here. Swim Angel Fish, Superior Swim Timing, and Destro Machines. And maybe we got another one coming.
Sonny, when are you dropping your next video?
Honestly, that's my role now. Now I've got no coaching for a little bit. I'm gonna get a load of videos out. That's my plan. So 2 days, 2 days time. Next one's dropping. I'm gonna say, I'll give myself that 2 days.
Yeah. Joe scoring.
Is he going into service?
National service, yeah.
We didn't talk about him, but we're talking about him now, Tim. Thank you.
He's going in, hey? Shaved his head, off he goes. Spank on the butt. You know who else went in? Anastasia Gorbenko. They both basically went in at the same time.
There you go.
A couple of years in the service.
Serving their countries. I love it. Guys, it was so good to see you, Sonny. Hope you had a nice New Year, and you're rested. They got a little R&R back home, and I got a late Christmas present coming to you boys. So check your mail in a couple weeks.
Oh, no. Spoil us.
Christmas present. All right, boys. Good to see you again. Take care, hey?